What does the number 168 mean to you? At first glance, it may not mean much. This is what we're getting into today. We've been talking about being intentional and why it's so important. Understand this, that many of us are just wasting time. So many people are just wasting time and throwing away resources and throwing away money and spending it here and spending it on that. But right here at the beginning of this year, 2026, we have an opportunity not just to throw things away, but to actually understand that we can step into purpose, step into assignment, step into something that is very, very different. Why am I bringing this up? Being intentional. Let's get right into it. Every single week, you have 168 hours. Every single week, we have 168 hours. This breaks down to 24 hours in a day. Let's just be honest for a moment right here. There are so many times, so many years that we have wasted our 24 because we thought in our minds that we will always get more time, especially depending on your age. Man, teens and early 20s, maybe even later 20s. Many times we felt like we just have so much time. In fact, some of you watching this video right now, you're in that exact same position. I always can get more. I always have more time. But the reality is, it's the truth, is that reality is setting in and we're realizing we don't have as much time as we thought we did because there are some people that you know right now who may no longer be here, but they thought they had more time. So what are you doing with your 168? In fact, let me pose it to you this way. If I gave you $168, how would you spend it? 168 bucks. What would go towards what? Some of you will be like, you know what? I'll go and get a very, very nice meal. Some of you are thinking about what you could maybe pay towards a utility bill. Some of you are thinking about you can go buy this new video game, or you can go buy these new shoes, or you can put this money towards something for your kids, or I can go buy this hat, these shoes, or whatever the case may be. What would you do with your $168? Well, let's translate those dollars into time. If you were given 168 hours, how would you spend your time? How would you budget your time? How would you spend? What would be your spending plan for your 168? Because many of us exchange time for dollars. We go and give our time to something and we're compensated for that time based off an amount that another person wants to give us. So if God has given us, if God were to give you, because none of this is promise, none of this is promise. If God was to give you 168 hours, what would you do with it? How would you spend that time? What would you do with the time that's been given to us? I don't know about you, but for a long period of time, I was a master. I feel like a master of procrastination. No one had to teach me how to do it. No one had to show me how to do it. I was just good at it. Anybody else? I was just good at procrastination. In fact, some of you may have been like myself, man. I was pretty good at cramming last minute when I was in school. I didn't always have to study in high school for hours and upon hours and days upon days. Man, sometimes I can go in the night before and just lock in for a little while and just get the information. Ready for this? Just enough information to pass the test. It's not that I knew it. It's not that I would retain it. I just needed enough information to make the teacher think that I knew what I was talking about in order to pass the test. That means it was short-term oriented, not long-term. Why is this so important? Because many of us are doing the same thing with life now. And for some of you watching right now, you're not in high school. You're beyond that point in your life. So what are you doing with your 168? Because are we just trying to pass the test of the current week? Let me just get through this week, or let me just get through this month. And no shame, because to those who may be navigating that place right now, but we're not going to stay there. I've walked through that place. I know what that place feels like, and that place is not comfortable. But look me in my eyes right now. I'm telling you this. You do not have to remain in that place. What we need is not just a plan. A plan is important. We also need a burden. What do I mean by that? We also need a burden that compels our heart, and it grabs our mind, and it makes us think differently. Something that we wake up thinking about, go to bed thinking about, think about in the course of the day. A burden that's on our minds, a burden that's on our hearts. And I'm going to tell you this straight up. Many of us, in fact, all of us watching this right now, need to pray to God to show us what He would have for us to do with our time. What will I do with this 24? What will I do with this 168? I want you to make sure you make note of this. Put it on your laptop, put it on your tablet, your phone. Put a reminder in your phone for every day at a certain time. Just put the number 168 right there. The number 168. Remind you at a certain time, 168 to make you think about, what am I doing with my 168 hours? How am I spending my week? What am I doing with the time that I've been given? I really want you to lock in with this, thinking about this, because if we're really going to be good with being intentional this year, this is vital. This is why I'm going to keep showing up for you and talking about this, being intentional. Being intentional. I want you to even let somebody else know the importance of being intentional and this number 168. It's going to be vital for this year. Vital for where we are going. Vital for what we are spending our time towards. Lock this in. Do the homework. Put it down. 168. Set the reminder right now. Don't procrastinate on setting the reminder, because already that can set us back, right? 168. What will you do with the time that you've been given?